movie starts with Sio and Bianca having a good time together. Bianca's sister, Maria, says it's time to go home because it's getting late. Sio kisses Bianca goodbye and asks to meet her later at home. Sio's wife, Lucia, finds their son with a cigar and gets upset. She tells her son off, but Sio's mother defends him, saying it's just a cigar. Maria gives the boy some fruit while they wait for Sio. On his way home, Sio is stopped by Linda, one of his mistresses, who is angry at Ree because he has been ignoring her. Sio tells Linda to leave. When he sees his son coming, he tells his son he has bought a new goat for them to name together. When Sio gets home, he has breakfast, and his mother asks why he didn't come home last night. He says he fell asleep, but she doesn't believe him and compares him to his father, who was a womanizer. Bianca and Maria go home with food for the workers on their father's farm. Bianca asks Maria to come with her to visit Sio again, but Maria refuses because she doesn't approve of Bianca dating. A married man, their father Kuma, tells his workers to take a break. All the workers are young and attractive women. He focuses on a pretty girl, tells her she can rest, and then follows her. He compliments her and asks her to undress, but she refuses, so he takes advantage of her. Anyway, Maria sees this and runs away, upset by the girl's screams later. Sio goes to a local bar, where he sees Luigi trying to exploit one of the farmers. Sano tells them to stand up for themselves and offers to buy their crops at a fair price. They all celebrate, and Sio buys drinks for everyone. Luigi visits Kuma to complain about Sano, saying Sio is harming his business. Luigi wants an apology and for Kuma to warn him. The next morning, when he comes home and joins his family for breakfast, he talks about how the local farmers are being exploited. His wife asks where he was last night, but he doesn't answer. Kuma nudges him and says he is just like his grandfather. His wife then loses her temper, shouting at him and accusing him of spending the night with his lover. Sio ignores her, grabs a music player, and goes to meet Bianca. They listen to music and become intimate. Bianca tells him she has strong feelings for him while they dance. Sesso says they will move away soon, and he can't wait to be with her later. Sio and his friend Vincenzo are outside the church talking when Bianca's brother walks by. Bianca's brother gives Sio a dirty look, and Vincenzo warns Sio that if Bianca's father finds out about their relationship, Sio will be in serious trouble. That night, Sio leaves the bar and finds out that Kuma wants to meet him. He goes to Kuma's house with some farmers but enters alone. Kuma asks Bianca to serve the wine and questions Sio about knowing his daughter. Sio says he doesn't, and Kuma then asks about Sio's family, which Sio finds odd. Kuma mentions that he knew Sio's grandfather well until the grandfather found a young lover and moved away. He left his grandmother's mother behind, along with 3 children. The discussion then turns to Luigi, and the Sio tells him he doesn't like to see the poor being taken advantage of, which Luigi admires. Later, we see Sio climbing onto the roof and going in through the window to Bianca's bedroom. He takes her to the barn, where they spend the night together, getting intimate. The next day, Maria and Bianca prepare breakfast for her father and brother. Bianca can't stop smiling and tells her sister all about what they did. When she asks where Sio is, Bianca tells her that he must have left by now, as she left him in the barn early morning suddenly. Her brother tells them that he is going to the barn to get some hay, and Maria decides to go with him. When they get there, they hear a noise, which Ku finds weird. Maria tells him that she will look into it and tells him to go back with the hay once he is gone. She finds Sio hiding and tells him to get out of there immediately. In the next scene, we see Sio and Lucia at the church, where they discuss their marriage. He tells his wife that he still loves her, but they have become distant lately. Next, we see Bianca and Sio out together, and she informs him that she thinks her father knows about them. He tells her not to worry, and he will talk to her father, which fills Bianca with joy. Kumo informs Kuma that Bianca has been seeing Sio. Maria brings him his clothes, and he asks where he saw them. Maria tries to cover for her and tells her that she is just at the store when she returns back at the house. Kuma is very angry at being lied to, and he calls Bianca a prostitute. Suddenly, Bianca begins to remove her clothes and just stands there. She tells him that he is the one who is sick and likes younger girls. Maria quickly picks up a blanket and covers her up in the next scene. While Sio looking over his family as they sleep, he then leaves in the night thinking about what to do. The next day, he goes to see Kuma to tell him about him and Bianca. Kuma tells him that they need to talk and tells him to walk with him. He then takes a shovel and tells Sio to check the soil. When he bends down, Kuma hits him over the head several times until he terminates him. When Maria sees what he has done, she screams in horror and goes into shock. We then see his body being taken away through the town, ready for his funeral. Sio's brother called Antonio learns of his brother's passing. He informs his fiancée and gets ready to attend his burial. He arrives for the funeral and hugs his mother, who is absolutely heartbroken. Bianca is adamant that she wants to go to the funeral, she is not in her right mind, and Maria tries to stop her. Luke and two of Cito's lovers carry his coffin out of the church to be buried. Antonio then goes to the police station to find out what is going on, but the police don't seem too interested in finding the killer. Antonio meets up with Venzo and asks him if he knows anything. He tells him that his brother was a playboy and had many lovers, however, a girl called Bianca was very special to him. When Antonio arrives home, he finds his family arguing. His sister blames his father for not doing anything. Her father blames Cio and tells her this is the consequence of messing around with the wrong person. Antonio tells his father that he will be leaving to head back home tonight. However, later we see him arriving at Kuma's house. Kumo quickly locks Bianca in a room and goes down to meet with him. Antonio tells him that he wants to talk with Kuma. He is told that his father is asleep and no one from their family is allowed to visit their residence. Antonio tells him that the whole town knows what really happened. Suddenly, Kuma arrives and tells him that if his father doesn't want to lose two sons, he should leave while he can still walk. Antonio leaves and says his goodbyes to his family before getting onto a bus. The next day, we see Kuma in his barn, looking after his horses. Antonio arrives and brutally terminates both him and Ku. We then see the police arrive at Lucia's house to question her about the deaths. Her father takes her in and refuses to answer any questions. After their father has passed away, both Maria and Bianca find it difficult in their town. No one wants to speak with them, and they become outsiders. Things become harder, and Bianca decides to go and see Luigi to ask for his help. They need people to take care of their farm, but no one in town wants to work for them anymore. Luigi agrees to help, but he says she must do something for him. When he tries to take advantage of her, she stabs him and runs away. Back at home, Antonio meets his fiancée, and she shows him their new apartment, which her father bought for them. Antonio, however, is distracted and says the death of his brother is still on his mind. Antonio decides to break up with his fiancée and sends Bianca a letter saying he will visit soon. When Antonio arrives back, his mother is very happy to see him. He goes to see Bianca, but when Maria lets him in and he sees a picture of Bianca's mother, he is shocked and quickly leaves. Antonio tells his father that the picture of Bianca's mother looks just like a woman. From a photo his mother found in his wallet, his father reveals that Maria is his daughter. He explains that he grew up with Kuma's family and was Kuma's best man after Bianca was born. Kuma, unhappy with having a daughter, started drinking and mistreating his wife. Antonio's family took Kuma's wife in, and a relationship developed. His father says that Antonio's mother knows about this past. Antonio then talks to his mother before going to see Bianca. She is stunned to see him because he is Cio's identical twin. Antonio asks Bianca to marry him immediately. Bianca mimes herself as in a red dress, surrounded by people from their town walking together to the church to get married. The movie ends there. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe for more daily videos. See you in the next video.